Hello everybody. Now, I know that on the Facebook page I said I wasn't really gonna gear myself up to do the recording thing, but I mulled it over, gave it some thought, and I figure, what's the harm? I might as well give it a shot, right? So, I guess this is my first recording Let's Play, and I figure I would do it using this game that I decided to give a try the other day called Murder at Masquerade Manor. Now I've already played this game a few times, so basically I'm just gonna go through it and outline to you the general strategy I use for playing the game. It's actually very simple, but it's just complex enough to be fun. I mean, as far as indie games are concerned. So yeah, let's go.
Dear Inspector, you are invited to attend Mr. White's annual masquerade.
Dear Inspector,
Formal dress and mask are required.
formal dress and mask are
Well,
required.
here we are.
Well, here we
I
are.
suppose I should find Mr. White and thank him for the invitation.
And thank him for the invitation. Well, let's go. Okay, so basically, you can just walk through doors pretty much and they'll open up. I always have trouble finding exactly where the murder took place. Maybe if I had a headset, I'd be able to, determine the actual direction the screams of peril come from, but, Oh man, where are these guys? Jeez, what the... Ah. Don't worry, I'll find them. Somebody's got to show up with it. Ah, there they go.
It's Mr. White. He's been murdered. Everyone here is a suspect.
He's been
I
murdered.
should speak to everybody to see if I can find out who did this.
Who did this?
It looks like he's been stabbed to death, so I should see if I can find the murder weapon. Better watch my
Indeed.
back, though. There's a murderer on the loose.
There is a murderer afoot. Yep, he is dead. I wonder what he was supposed to be. There's a name for like every mask here, and he's just got like maybe just a white mask since his name's Mr. White. I don't know. Okay, so J to open the notebook. There we go. It says to tick every innocent person. Every person you deem unfit to be the murderer, you check off. Well, let's take a look around. Very first thing you do is find the murder weapon. Till then, if you're ever in a room alone with any one of these bastards, anyone, don't turn your back on them like this guy. The minute, and they all do this, the minute you're in the room alone with any of them, they just start ominously walking towards you, whether they're the murderer or not. But, pretty much until you find that murder weapon, avoid them. So, let's look around. I'm not sure about the first playthrough, like when you go in and he gives you a description of what you have to do, but I know that on subsequent playthroughs you can actually find the murder weapon before you find the murder scene. So, that might be handy to people who have a bit of trouble. Oh, there it goes. Outlined in red. Make sure, oh, well, he's stuck, and he could be the murderer. Let me just grab this real quick. Yeah, there we go.
It's covered in blood.
Ah.
I bet this is the murder weapon.
Okay, so apparently it's a screwdriver. I'm gonna talk to this guy now.
How can I help you, Inspector?
Okay, you'll see your selection of 3 options here and a choice that says goodbye. The most important options are The first one, where were you and who were you with?
I was in the study talking to the Raven. There was somebody else in the room, but I can't remember who it was.
Okay, what he just said is very important. So basically, either somebody has an alibi or they don't. There is one murder in the game. There is not, there aren't any two people in cahoots or anything like that. There is one murderer. So if somebody's gonna say they were with somebody else, then they're most likely telling the truth, because if they weren't, you would just go ask that other person, and then they would reveal the person you just spoke to be a liar, and, well, that would make the game way too easy. Not that the game's hard, but anyway. So basically, he says he was talking to the Raven in the study. That more or less means that you can cross off him and the Raven. That's their alibi. So...
I was in the study talking to the Raven. There was somebody else in the room, but I can't remember who it was.
And then the second most important question would be, did you see anyone acting suspiciously? We know the weapon's a screwdriver.
I'm certain the Anonymous was holding an ice pick earlier. White was stabbed to death, wasn't he?
So, this guy's probably not the killer. He probably has no reason to be lying. He says he saw the Anonymous holding an ice pick. I haven't seen any instances where characters who were innocent give you misinformation in the game thus far. I don't know if it's possible, but usually this means that we can cross off him, the Raven, and the Anonymous as being, potential killers. The third and probably least important question is, who do you think did it?
I really don't know. I'm sorry, Inspector.
That's very suspicious, because that is actually the answer that the killer will most often give you if you ask that. But that's really the only use for that question, because they usually just go on their suspicions, and their suspicions are often inaccurate. But, So, I'm going to say goodbye to this guy. I don't think he's the killer, so I'm going to turn my back on him. There you have it, he's not the killer. If you turn your back on the killer and you are in a room with the killer by yourself, you will die immediately. The screen will flash red, game over. Alright, so, and here's the Raven.
How can I help you, Inspector? I was in the study, talking to the devil. There was somebody else in the room, but I can't remember who it was.
Well, that checks out as far as their alibi is concerned. Did you see anyone acting suspiciously?
I don't know if it helps, but the jester was holding a kitchen knife earlier.
Okay, so it probably wasn't the jester. Who do you think did it?
I really don't know. I'm sorry, Inspector.
That's unusual. They usually have suspicions, but I guess this time they just don't. Alright, so it's not the Raven. It's not the devil. I don't think it's the Anonymous. And she said it was the jester. And we know that the weapon is a screwdriver, so... Oh, let me just double check.
How can I help you, Inspector? I don't know if it helps, but the jester was holding a kitchen knife earlier.
Yep, it was the jester. Alright. So we're off to a good start. We just have to find and speak to a few more people. That looks like the Anonymous.
How can I help you, Inspector? I was in the ballroom. Both Scaramouche and the jester were there, but I didn't speak to either of them much.
Okay, this is another thing. You have to watch out for these people who say that they were in a place with two other people, because more often than not, at least from what I've seen, if you go and speak to either of those two other people, they will be aware of each other having been in that place but will always be unaware of the third person, and this guy could be lying. Since I have an account of him from somebody else who was innocent, he probably isn't lying, but you never know. At least from what I've seen. So, let's continue.
I saw somebody acting suspiciously. Oh yes, it was the cat. They were nervously looking for something and left the room with the screwdriver.
Well, okay, that's a big clue right there, because we know our murder weapon was a screwdriver.
The devil has been a bitter rival with Mr. White for a long time. Both of them have been at each other's throats for years. But I never would have thought it would come to this.
Alright, so I've already checked the anonymous off. He said it was the cat. He said he was with the scaramouche. I don't think the anonymous did it. But let's find out. Yep.
How can I help you, Inspector? I was in the ballroom.
Scaramouche
Both
and the jester.
Scaramouche and the jester were there, but I didn't speak to either of them much.
Okay. Scaramouche, the jester. Alright. So that leaves the doctor, the Piero, the Harlequin, and the cat.
Can I help you, Inspector?
I don't believe I've spoken to you yet.
I was in the ballroom talking to the jester. There was somebody else in the room, but I can't remember who it was. I don't know if it helps, but Piero was holding a kitchen knife earlier.
Okay.
I really don't know. I'm sorry, Inspector.
So I'm gonna go ahead and cross off the Piero. That leaves the doctor, the Harlequin, and the cat.
Can I help you, Inspector? I hate to admit it. I have no alibi. I was in the conservatory on my own.
I'm not sure if this is the way this works, but people who say they have no alibi usually are not the killer. And the thing about it is, if you are the killer, you're gonna lie, right? At least I'd assume, but I don't know, I could be wrong. I haven't run into any instances where the killer has said they have no alibi. So I don't know if anybody else who's played the game has, but, you know, I haven't seen it yet.
I don't know if it helps, but Scaramouche was holding the screwdriver earlier.
That's interesting. But we know that the Scaramouche is innocent. So, I'm gonna go ahead and cross off the doctor. That leaves the Harlequin and the cat. I need to speak with either of them. If I can find them.
How can I help you, Inspector? I was in the ballroom talking to Scaramouche. There was somebody else in the room. I can't remember who it was. I saw somebody acting suspiciously. Oh yes, it was the Raven. They were nervously looking for something and left the room with an ice pick.
Can I help you, Inspector?
Why, yes you can.
I hate to admit it. I have no alibi. I was in the lounge on my own.
Uh-oh.
The devil has been secretly carrying the screwdriver all night. That could have been used as a murder weapon, right?
Oh, look at that. She just blamed somebody who we know is innocent and accused them of carrying a weapon that is the murder weapon. It's very peculiar.
I heard that the Harlequin is set to inherit a lot of money now White is dead.
That's suspicious. The Harlequin is the only other person we have not spoken to yet. That's the Raven. I wonder where she is. Is that her?
Can I help you, Inspector? I didn't know why at the time, but I'm sure I saw the Harlequin with the screwdriver sometime before the incident.
Okay, so this is very interesting. Both the Harlequin and the cat now have been accused of having a screwdriver. Okay, so I'm gonna go by my logic here. Devil ain't the one. So we know that the cat has also been accused of holding a screwdriver, but she had no alibi, and she admitted that. So it's either the cat or the Harlequin. I don't think it's the cat, but I could be wrong. If I could find her. That's the Raven. That's the Anonymous, the Jester. And there is the cat. If I could just get her alone, then I can confirm my suspicions. Okay. Here goes nothing. And would you know it? Wouldn't you know it? Oh, hold on. Somebody else just happened to walk into the room. Let's give it another second. Talk about a third wheel. God damn. Wonderful. Come on, guys, get out of here. Oh, wow. Look at that. It's the Harlequin. Well, I guess they're going to stand here, so I'm gonna go ahead and make my guess now. I don't think the cat did it. And there you have it. So, yeah, that's basically just general strategy to playing this game. You do that, and you can pretty much find out who the murderer is all the time. Well, I guess that's it for now. Based on how this goes over, I might do more Let's Plays like this. I'm thinking I'm not gonna, not every game, I'll record games, but there are gonna be a few where I just don't use the microphone because, honestly, sometimes I just want to relax and play a game, and you'll see me playing, you'll know it's me, but there just won't be any voice, if you're alright with that. So yeah, thanks for watching my first microphone Let's Play, and leave a like or subscribe if you care to. Would really appreciate it, and I'll see you guys next time. Take care.